and Spain, determined to field an elite air superiority fighter.
How is this dude driving a jet better than most of Floridians could drive a car? Look at this dude. Look at him.
Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and Spain, determined to field an elite air superiority fighter.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Commentators React. My name is Uncle Michael.
And I'm Nephew Hunter.
And together we are...
Commentating Critics.
Yeah. So today we're going to be doing one of our military ones. We did 10 Reasons Not to Mess with USA. 10 Reasons Not to Mess, or was it? Not
India, Russia.
India versus Russia. So we did a couple of those.
Didn't we do a... There's another one.
China.
So
today we're going to be looking at something that I know very little about, but there's a lot in the news today.
10 reasons you shouldn't mess with NATO.
So NATO, I know it's a bunch of countries together, and
it's basically all of our allies.
Oh.
What's it called? United something. What does NATO even stand for? National? No.
I'm sure they'll tell us. So I actually don't know either. But I'm interested in this because it blew me away talking about the military might of the U.S. and then more talking about the different countries, China being second and so forth. When we look at everything today, I mean, NATO has so many different facets to it. I mean, the peacekeeping corps side of it, they have their military, their defense side. I mean, it's literally different countries coming together, the best of the best, basically. So, I'm interested to see what they're going to pack. You ready?
Well, already I see like a whole group of fighter jets.
I didn't even notice that. I've been looking at just the one.
Yeah, there's like definitely like 3 or 4.
Alright, well let's get into it. This is 10 reasons you should not mess with NATO.
Oh, actually it's called Wanna Fight NATO? 10 Reasons You Shouldn't Mess With. Yeah, it's like 3. Oh, that shit scared me. Have you ever seen... Have you ever seen somebody like shoot off a jet? Like there's somebody and like they like get on a knee and like whenever they're telling
oh, you mean yeah. Only in the movies though.
Oh, it's only in the movies?
Well, I've only seen it in the movies.
Well, I've seen it in I've not my personal self, but I watched Dude Perfect, but still. They got to do this bucket list thing and they all got to shoot off jets.
Oh, cool.
And like Tyler, he's the big bearded man. And he went and he shot off.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, there's a bunch of jets.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
For decades, the NATO alliance has practiced collective defense and deterrence against evolving international threats. And over the years, its capabilities have changed accordingly. NATO's most powerful weapon, according to Jim Townsend with the Center for a New American Security, is the unity of the alliance.
Wait a minute. Center for a New American Security?
Wait.
Jim Townsend with the Center for a New American Security is the unity of the alliance.
What does that mean? Why is it? Is Americans leading NATO, or why would it be?
I mean, you would think that America would have a big part in it.
And guys, I really am learning with you on this video, so if you know why it's called that, hey, put it in the comments. Help us out. Let us learn. I really do read every comment.
That's what it stands for?
What? National Alliance, probably, or something.
Well, why would it be National Alliance if it's more than one country?
We'll look it up in a little bit.
I'll do it right now. What does NATO stand for? North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Okay, so I guess that's the treaty to pull together, North Atlantic Treaty.
Okay. Makes more sense now.
Alright, here we go.
That's a lot of countries.
But the individual allies
Oh, that's a
also
stealth
possess
bomber.
hard-hitting capabilities that could be called upon were it to face high-level aggression.
They say that thing is almost invisible on a radar.
Oh wow! Isn't it a stealth bomber? So it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so on a radar it shows up like a bumblebee.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be because of they said how slick it is or something. It's like all the waves and everything bounce off it in a way. It's interesting.
Here are some highlights of the many powerful weapons NATO could bring to bear against Russia. F-35 Lightning II.
Those look sweet.
The air side of the NATO equation is led by the United States with the F-35 and other various aircraft. The fifth-generation F-35 Joint Strike Fighter is an aircraft that rival powers have been unable to match its stealth and advanced suite of powerful sensors. While some NATO countries are looking at the F-35 as a leap in combat capability, others continue to rely on the F-16, an older supersonic fighter that can dogfight and also bomb ground targets. And then some countries like Germany are considering European alternatives. Eurofighter Typhoons. The Eurofighter Typhoon is a capable multi-role aircraft designed by a handful of NATO countries, namely the United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and Spain, determined to field an elite air superiority fighter.
How is this dude driving a jet better than most of Floridians could drive a car? Look at this dude. Look at him.
Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and Spain determined to field an elite air superiority fighter. France, which walked away from the Eurofighter project, independently built a similar fighter.
Speaking of jets, you remember the Mosley bonfire exploded? Mm-hmm. It was jet fuel in it.
What?
Yes.
For those of you that don't know, Mosley High School, which is a high school here in Panama City, they
have a thing every year at homecoming called it's Mosley bonfire. Had. They're not doing it anymore. The year before I go to high school, but
it's put on by the sheriff's department.
He threw the thing in there and it just exploded.
Yeah, and it's on the news. You can maybe
I don't know if it's true, but that's what my friend told me, that they found jet fuel in it.
Wow. But if y'all want to see that, I'll put a link to it at the end, or a part of the video at the end.
I got a video that'll show up on my phone. Anyways, there it is, right there. Boom.
Fighter known as the Dassault Rafale. Observers argue that the Typhoon is comparable to late-generation Russian flanker variants such as the Su-35. While each aircraft has its advantages, be it the agility of the Typhoon or the low-speed handling of the flanker, the two aircraft are quite similar, suggesting, as the National Interest explained, that the Eurofighter could hold its own in a dogfight with the deadly Russian fighter.
Have you ever seen a real, video from a dogfight?
No.
The U.S. provides conventional and nuclear deterrence capabilities throughout the regular rotation of bomber aircraft into the European area of operations.
4 engines on
American bombers have been routinely rotating into the area since Russia annexed Crimea
in 2014. It looks so goofy. Mm-hmm. It looks like a 4-year-old built it out of Legos.
It looks like a spaceship.
It looks like... What's that one game where you have to shoot the spaceships?
Oh, Space Invaders?
No. The
Asteroids?
Like the old game. Like they have it in joysticks.
Yeah, Space Invaders.
No, it's not Space Invaders.
Where you're at the bottom moving left to right and they're dropping. That's Space Invaders.
I thought it's like... It starts with like a G. That was like Galactica.
Oh, Galactica.
Yeah, that. It looks like that.
Mm-hmm. According to military.com. That year, the Pentagon sent 2 B-2 Spirit bombers and 3 B-52s to Europe for training. The B-1B Lancers are also among the U.S. bombers that regularly operate alongside NATO allies. P-8A Poseidon. There's also the maritime posture, particularly as Russia continues to rely on a submarine nuclear deterrent. We need a stronger
You know, one time, Russia and Pepsi, or maybe it was Coke, I think it was Pepsi, made a deal, and in return, Pepsi or Coke got like a bunch of submarines and stuff from Russia, and they had at that point they had one of the most powerful navies in the entire world.
Pepsi or Coke did?
Yes.
Where'd you hear this?
Okay, it was on TikTok, right? Hold on, wait. Just to fact check real quick. Did Russia give Pepsi submarines? In exchange for Pepsi soft drinks, the Soviets offered them a veritable navy. Pepsi agreed to the deal, taking possession of a Soviet cruiser, a frigate, a destroyer, 17 submarines, and a handful of oil tankers, instantly making the drink distributor the owner of the 6th largest navy on the planet.
Wow. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what did they do with them? That happened in 1989.
Let's get back into the video.
Presence. That's why we're seeing Norway, the US, UK do more with the P-8As. Heather Conley, the Center for
That looks
Strategic
like a
and
regular
International
Boeing.
Yeah, I was
Studies
about to
expert,
say.
facing emerging threats in the
That's probably a
undersea
disguise
domain,
thing.
where the margins to victory are said to be razor thin, NATO allies are increasingly boosting their ability to hunt and track enemy submarines from above and below the water. While there are a number of options available for this task,
It's
the U.S.
for
Navy
recon, basically, of
P-8A
submarines.
Poseidon patrol plane, which was brought in to replace the U.S. military's older P-3 Orions, are among the best submarine hunters out there. Frigates. Another effective anti-submarine capability is that provided by the various frigates operated by a number of NATO countries. The NATO allies, in particular Italy, France, and Spain, all have frigates that have very capable anti-submarine warfare systems. Brian
Give me my friggin' frigate. That's comedy, Uncle Michael. For all you Hunter haters for Abbott and Costello, what I just said is comedy.
Clark, the Center for Strategic and Budgetary Assessments. They have active low-frequency sonars that are variable depth sonars. They can find submarines easily, and they're very good against diesel submarines. These forces...
You're telling me that there's boats out here rolling coal. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. Don't put that in the video. Please. Please don't put that in the video. I'm so stupid.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Just stop me from talking.
This could be used to target Russian submarines in the eastern Mediterranean and into the Black Sea. Norway and Denmark also have really good frigates, he explained. They can go out and do anti-submarine warfare in the North Sea/Baltic Sea area, and they're very good at that. Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. A last-minute addition to last year's Trident Juncture exercise, massive NATO war games designed to simulate a large-scale conflict with Russia, was the USS Harry S. Truman, a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier and its accompanying strike group.
So last
The carrier
year we
brought
simulated a
6,000
war
service
with
members
Russia.
and a large carrier air wing of FA-18 Super Hornets to Norway for the largest drill in years.
I mean, I know they
One
do
thing
war
the
games
NATO
and
naval
stuff,
partners
but-
have been looking at is using carriers as part of the initial response, said Brian Clark. The United States sails carriers into the North Atlantic to demonstrate to Russia that the U.S. can send carriers into this area, from which it could carry out operations into the Baltics without too much trouble, he added. America's ability to project power throughout the deployment of aircraft carriers is unmatched, due mainly to the massive size, sophistication, and training regimen of its carrier fleet.
Getting old.
The UK and France also have aircraft carriers.
There you go.
You know, they have to, like, I think it comes off the jets or something when they shoot off. It's like tar or something, and it's, like, hard, and it's like flakes, but before a jet shoots off, they have to make sure there's none on the thing, because if it gets in the engine, it'll, like, destroy the jet.
Oh, wow.
It's like little, like, black shards
Like
almost.
soot? From the fire burning?
It's hard though.
Carbon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Virginia-class submarines. Virginia-class submarines,
Why are they
nuclear-powered
naming everything after United States?
fast attack boats, are
Well, I
among
think
the
that's
deadliest
because these were
submarines
made
in
in
the
America.
world.
Oh yeah, there's
They're
an
armed
American
with
flag on it.
torpedoes to sink enemy submarines and surface
I always thought that was
combatants.
cool. I thought
And
I
they can
think
also target
like
enemy bases
underwater
and
missiles, an explosion underwater. That's pretty cool.
missile batteries ashore with Tomahawk cruise missiles. These submarines could be really useful to do cruise missile attacks against some of the Russian air defense systems in the Western Military District that reach over the Baltic countries, said Brian Clark.
Boom.
You can really conduct air operations above these countries without being threatened by these air defense systems. So you would want to use cruise missiles to attack them from submarines at sea.
Is he holding a Wii remote?
Patriot Surface-to-Air
There
Missile
you go.
System. Patriot, which stands for Phased Array Tracking Radar to Intercept on
More
Target,
USA
is
stuff.
an
Patriot.
effective surface-to-air guided air and missile defense system that's
Oh, is this
currently
filmed in Florida?
used around the world, including in a number of NATO countries. There is a need for an integrated air and missile defense picture, said Conley. That's certainly a high-valued protection for the alliance. NATO is also in the process of fielding Aegis A-shore sites, land-based variants of the sea-based Aegis ballistic missile defense system that can track and fire missiles that intercept
it's serious stuff whenever they
of the sea-based Aegis ballistic
whenever they have their screens blurred out.
missile defense system that can track and fire missiles that intercept ballistic targets.
Wait, did you know if you search up Illuminati backwards, it takes you to the National Security Agency website?
I heard you talking to Jackie about that earlier.
I even searched it up. It takes you. That's weird. The government is illegal.
Targets over Europe. AH-64 Apache gunship.
That looks like a truck with propellers.
Apache gunship helicopter, capable of close air support, has the ability to rain down devastation on an approaching armor column. The attack helicopters can carry up to 16 Hellfire missiles at a time, with each missile possessing the ability to cripple an enemy armor unit. The Hellfire is expected to eventually be replaced with the more capable Joint Air-to-Ground missile. The Cold War-era Apache attack helicopters have been playing a role in the counterinsurgency fight in the Middle East, but the gunships could still hit hard in a high-end conflict.
You know what I think is weird? How we haven't heard anything else about the Ukraine versus Russia thing.
Well, we still hear about it.
I have not heard anything about it.
Yeah, it's still going on.
Who's winning?
Nobody really wins a war, but
Victor!
it looks like
I'm
Ukraine's
committing crimes with both direction and magnitude. Oh yeah! Despicable Me reference.
Oh, okay.
Don't copyright this. That was less than 10 seconds.
Leopard 2 tank. The Leopard 2 main battle tank, which gained a reputation for being indestructible, is a formidable weapon first built to blunt the spearhead of a Soviet armor thrust, and one that would probably be on the front lines were the NATO alliance and Russia to come to blows.
To shoot
While this tank,
and
a
you
key
just see
component
that
of NATO's
coming around
armored
the corner.
forces, took an unexpected beating in the fight against the Islamic State in Syria, it's still considered one of the alliance's top tanks, on par with the U.S. M1 Abrams and the British Challenger 2. Observers suspect that the Leopard 2, like its U.S. and British counterparts, would be easily able to destroy most Russian tanks, as these tanks are likely to get the jump on a Russian tank in a shootout.
My gosh. It like pushed the whole tank back. How'd he reverse?
Yeah, what it did was and then he reversed to get out of there.
Yeah, but
You don't want them to see where you're at and shoot there.
makes sense. Oh, well,
Well, NATO, it wasn't as exciting of a video as the other ones.
I thought it would be like.
But it's still, I did learn a lot, and there's a lot
I think it was just the video because like we were watching different people. It's like the other guy that we were watching, made it seem like really. And he didn't have only like 4 things. 5. 9 things. I don't know if that was 9 things. That's probably like 7.
But all in all, we don't support war, but
Yeah.
I don't know why Russia's doing what they're doing over there. I really don't.
Vladimir Putin said that it was Ukraine's fault.
It
That
surely
Ukraine
doesn't look
started
like
it.
it, though.
Yeah, he said it was that Ukraine started
Hmm.
it. President Zelensky filmed a video in like some important building telling Russia that he was there and ready and waiting.
Huh?
Yeah, it was on the news too. And they didn't even do anything.
Well, I don't know. We'll keep them in our prayers that, God's will be done ultimately.
Yeah.
You got anything for us today?
Deuteronomy 13:4, and it says, "You shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him, and keep his commandments and obey his voice. You shall serve him and hold fast to him."
That's right.
People always get fear God confused. My youth pastor explained that one time, that it's not like fear, it's like, I don't even remember. It's not fear.
It's the fear, like you fear disappointing. You don't
Yeah.
want to disappoint your parents. You don't want to disappoint your heavenly Father.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed today's React video. But leave a comment saying what you want us to react to in the future. My name's Michael again.
And I'm Hunter.
And together we are.
Commentator Critics.
Have a great day.
Boom, boom!